Florida has a sunny day today. It's nice to meet you all. Hello, my dear people. How are you today? I hope you can all hear me well. Let me just prepare this all for you to have a good photo, a good view. Behind me you can see the sea. It's beautiful weather, it's very pleasant weather. It's not say hot, but warm. Sound is quiet. How about the others? Can you hear me well? Let me see, what can I do? Please tell me how. Cannot hear you. Hear me. Strange. Can you hear me now? Uh-huh. You can hear me. What about now? Better? Better. Okay. It's good when we can fix things like this. So it's hello Tariq, how's your bear? Is he happy today? Not as good as before. What will we do with only if I should do without my earphones. But then I don't know, will we have some problems with the wind noise? Can you hear me now? Yeah. I'm so glad, Tariq. I'm so glad that Oli is happy and that you are looking forward to the tour. Better. So, you decided. We will do this tour without my earphones, and I hope you will hear me all well. So, bit better. No, Judith, I hope it's much better. This is better. Okay, okay. Maybe it's because of the on the Heygo, something about Heygo, because usually I don't have a problems with the sound when I use these earphones. So okay, for you I will do this tour without my earphones today. For those who don't know, my name is Anita. You are in Croatia, and I'm in the small town in the Croatia. It's called Nin. It's pretty town, small but pretty town. Very important for our history. This was first Croatian uh, town. Croatia had its royal national rulers since 9th to the 11th century. And since that, after 11th century, Croatia, many nations wanted to have Croatia. And since the Croats came to this area, they always had to fight against some others nations who wanted to win it, and they tried to protect it. Some nations used to take this for some time, and they left us some parts of their culture and some monuments. As I said, this is the place of the birth of Croatian statehood. So that is the reason why this town is also so called Croatian Bethlehem. Uh, Yes, I know no, I know two people who were here in Croatia a few days ago, and I met some of them. It was really beautiful experience. You are in Croatia, and this behind me, what you see is Croatian flag. This flag in the middle, it has the red, white and blue colors, and in the middle of the flag there is a coat of arms. You will see it a little later on the main gates of the city, and now I'm showing you it here. I will switch my camera. Yeah, it's funny shape, but it's lovely shape. We love the shape. I will switch my camera so you can see how does this city looks like from this side. Well, you have to come to Croatia now, Virginia. Oh, thank you, thank you. I just get it today from my friend who came. These earrings, I get it today from my friend who came from Munich in Germany, and I like them so much. So I said to myself, I must wear them today. Thank you very much. So this is the town when you watch it from this side, and this is one of the bridges. This is the lower bridge, and on the other side we have upper bridge. Unfortunately, both those bridges were completely destroyed in the flood at 2017, and they are renewed now. Not good sound. Maybe then it's maybe really because of the some problems in application of Heygo. I really don't know. Can you hear me better now? I will try to refresh. Oops. Uh-huh. Somewhere the sound is okay and somewhere is not okay. It's not up to me, my dear people. I cannot help it. It must be something about Heygo. If I put my earphones, maybe you would hear me better. But I do this without earphones because some of you said to me that you don't hear me well. So I really don't know how to help to all of you. I am really, really sorry. I cannot help to everyone. It's not up to me. It's something probably up to Heygo. Um, Now I'm coming closer to one. Maybe, maybe. I cannot do nothing with it, really, really. I am sorry. It's not up to me. Maybe you can check at Heygo team, so they can check it. So what is the problem? I did all the best I could from my side. Yes, that's issue with Heygo, and it does have nothing with me. Sorry. But anyway, I will try to do the best I can this tour for you so you can hear me. I am really close to my phone. Great, thank you, Dottie. I'm very, very close to my phone, so the people probably watch me and saying to in themselves, "This woman will eat her mobile phone." Yes, I know there is some period when the Hego had some issues about the sound, but let's continue the tour if you agree. So there is one man which was very important person in the Croatian history. That is the Prince Branimir. As I said, from 9th to 11th century we had our royalty, and this prince was very important man uh, because in this period he was one of the first rulers in this area, and he was ruling since 879 to 892. During his time, Croatia was recognized for the first time. I mean, on internationally recognized. That was the moment when the Pope John VIII blessed Croatian people and him, Croatian ruler, and all Croatia, and that was the part which was very, very important moment in the for Croatia country. It is a beautiful place. On this, thank you, Carla. If in some moment my gimbal starts to dance, maybe it can happen because of the situation with the sound. I put my mobile somehow strange. I can't even explain you how does it look like. That's the reason I do it, because I wanted you to hear me better. So I hope this helps. On this side, you can see the name Branimir on Croatian language, on Croatian letter. But what is interesting, I want to show you this. kind of letter here. I must walk really slowly because mobile phone stands on gimbal and it is slightly dancing. This is another letter that was used since 19th century. This was Croatian letter glagoljica, and it is written also Branimir on Croatian language. I'm taking a risk with my mobile phone and my gimbal. So if it starts to dance, please uh, understand it because it's really hard to work on this way. I'm trying to, I think it will start to dance. Just let me move it for for a few millimeters. I hope this will help. I am careful. I'm not worried about me. I just want to give you the most better picture I can and the better sound I can. So this is a stony bridge and it connects with the upper bridge. It connects this city with its hinterland. It's about all this town is on only 500 meters island. So this is island. Only these bridges create this town on the way to for that it's when it's connected with those two bridges, then it's not an island. Thank you very much. Your support means me a lot. I almost forgot to show you the longest mountain, Velebit in Croatia, and this is it. This we can see some parts of it. It's beautiful on the winter when it's all covered with the sea. So the legend says that the Croatian flag became here when the sky can be sometimes very red, and this mountain, the tops of the mountain Velebit are white of the snow, and the blue sea created the idea to make this beautiful flag that you can see here with the beautiful colors red, white and blue. If you watch the football games, you could see Croatian football players in these t-shirts that they have this symbol of white and red fields, and this is the symbol of Croatia. We are very proud on it. Before I show you the gates, the main gates, the entrance into the town, I want to show you one interesting thing that we can see here, and that is a small boat, the replica of the boat from 11th century, from the period of the ruling of the Croatian king Tomislav. He ruled in 10th century, and he had very strong navy, and he had approximately 18 big ships and 100 smaller ships. For Croatian state in that period, that was really large number. And let's go inside the city to see what this town is hiding. We will pass through the main gates. This is the lower city gate from 16th to 18th century. And yes, there you can see Croatian flag from closer. And on this side is one interesting thing that I want to show you. And there you can see one pot and um, one stony bread, let's say it like that. In fact, this represents bread and wine, which wants to show to those who come here that whoever come here in this town won't be hungry or thirsty. So there is always a good wine to drink and good food to eat. And this here, you can see a face of one man and also the bread made of stone. And Can you guess where it was brought from? You will be surprised when you hear. This was brought from one tomb and put it here on the main gates. Why tomb? You probably ask yourself. In the Middle Age, it was normal thing. This was the upper part of the tomb, and somebody get an idea to put this inside of this main gate, and it stays here till now. And now we are getting inside the town and walking through the main street. This is main street, so-called Branimir's street. Of course, by Prince Branimir, which I showed you before. If you have any questions, please be free to ask me, and I will be really glad to answer you on them. Of course, if I know the answers, I hope I will know. Because you know it's normally that nobody knows everything, but if I know, I would be really happy to help you. Um, Nin is the town where there was a first diocese, and so there was also the first Croatian cathedral. On the place where the first Croatian cathedral was, don't expect something very huge, because this is a small town and Croatia is a small country. But it is today we have the Church of Sant Anselmo on this place. The dates were referred on the Branimir. The dates on the Branimir statue were referred to the period of his ruling. Yeah, yeah. Nothing about masks. Nothing about masks. We are free outside without mask to go without masks. And you know, we have such a beautiful air here. It's pity not to breathe it. And yes, during the summer, this was all full of tourists. I hear some strange languages here today also. So there are still tourists here. There's one group of domestic people. So it was I stopped for a while, stopped to talk for a while, so you can hear the sound. The temperature here is about 23, 24. It's really, really pleasant. And it's warm, but not too hot. It's really pleasantly warm. Now I'm gonna show you the bell tower from 13th century. And this is the bell tower of the Church of Sant Anselmo. It is separated from the rest of the church. I think it is a mess in the church now. Although it is open, I was hoping to come inside to show you how does it look like. I don't know, will I be able? Because it's a must now here. I will show you it from outside. At the beginning there was a church from in 6th century, and this what we see now. In the 9th century till 11th century there was a cathedral, and in this time now, today, this is this is the church from 18th century. I will try to go closer, near to the doors, but I may not go inside, so I'll really try to show you even just a small part from inside, but I have to be quiet, so please understand it. I have to be quiet. It's a mess here now. Okay, this is a mess for one man, probably. As I can I suppose this is a mass for one man who died, uh, and I don't want to disturb them. So I just came from the doors, from the main doors, so you can see it. This is the square from where you can see, maybe you can hear the sound of music. Somebody is celebrating, somebody is crying, that's normally. But in Croatia, Croatian people really like to sing a lot. This red building that you see is the building of the museum, of the ancient museum of Nin. Maybe in some part you won't be able to hear me well because there is something celebrating. So it's normally here on weekends. People always celebrate something. Um, yes, yes, Din, bravo. Yes, you are right. This is Muzej Ninskih Starina. I will try. It's not open, but I will try to show you only one part of the lapidarium from outside. It will be hard, but I will try. Muzej Ninskih Starina is written like this, and on the English it's written like this: the Museum of Nin Antiquities. On this side, you can see lapidarium, just only one small part of it, and you can see here also some artifacts. I can't show the other because I just cannot go inside with the gimbal and my mobile phone. Maybe if you want to make some photo, I will stay for a few seconds and then continue. And now, what's interesting at Nin is that he has the remains of the biggest temple in the east coast of the Adriatic. So it shows us how big high of level of living, how big high level of living here was in the ancient time, and also has the smallest cathedral in the world. Thomas Jackson uh, declared her as the smallest cathedral in the world, and it was not this one that we saw before, but you will see that is the cathedral, the church from 9th century. Since 9th century, very interesting shape, and he declared her uh, like that, and it was connected with the Croatian national rulers too. In fact, we suppose that it was a chapel of some of Croatian national rulers. Oh, I'm sorry that you. I wish I could send some sunshine in the other part of the world, like in England, Scotland, and so. But I hope this tour will help you even just a little to catch some sunshine and to enjoy it. There you can see the column of the ancient temple, of the Roman temple. And you can see by this column how this temple was big, how this, and it was built in the most higher level of the town. It's 4 meters under the sea ground, and you can see it here now. This is on the other part of where the temple was. There are now private houses, as you may see all around, and you can see some remains of this stone of temple. This is the temple from the first. There was temple in the first century before after the Christ, and you can see some part of it on this photo here. In this area, there were found four statues of the Roman rulers, and they are supposed to be uh, uh, few or some of the best statues from that period. One of them is the statue of the Emperor August, uh, and during his time of ruling, this temple was built here. And now let's take a walk to see um, how to walk through the streets of this small city. I hope you can hear me well. I hope that everything is okay with the sound. You know, in Nin you can find a lot of artifacts since ancient time to the newest, to the Middle Age history. Great, great, yeah. I'm so glad that you can hear me well. What is interesting here, wherever you search under the land, you will find something, some remains. Uh, but the problem is that everything here is private property, mostly, mostly, and so everyone, people don't want the state laws, let's say it like that, to respect them. So they just put it that all under the ground, and if they find something, they can use it and put it in their yard, but it doesn't belong to them. For example, we can find something in this yard. It's very interesting. You can see this statue here, this statue, and this here, this here. So they can use it, but it's not private property. It belongs to the state, but they can use it. It's okay, interesting. And also you can find here how the Roman houses looked like in that period. So there we have remains of the Roman house from the second century after the Christ. And there you can see how big. Yes, the state can take it away, but it's not necessary. You know, it's a lot of those artifacts all in all this area, and they could research it, but it costs a lot. So they rather left them at the private property. Although we have a lot of artifacts in the museums. So we have in the archaeological museum of Nin, we have Muzej Ninskih starina on Croatian. There are 6 rooms which are showing, representing the part of the Croatian history from this area. For example, this house here is here we can find the ruins of the Roman house. So you can see how big this house was. Uh, there was a yard, there was a hall, bathroom, dining room, entrance, living room, open yard. There was a central garden too. So it was really, really huge, huge house. There were found some beautiful mosaics, and they are covered with the land to preserve it, to protect it. And in the future, there is plan to create one lovely museum that this will be completely protect. And I will show you there. We have one photo with one of beautiful mosaics that were found here, and they are still under the ground. And you can see how many rooms this house had. How many rooms. This is also telling us about the level of life, of the high level of living in the town. I'm just watching how my mobile is dancing. I hope he won't fall while I'm walking. On this side you can also see the mountain Velebit. It's very long mountain. Uh, and Nin is also declared as one of the most romantic cities in the Europe. Why is that so? Um, because probably because it's small and it's a small but a town with a heart, I would say it like that. And as you could hear, people like to sing, people like to be happy, and tourists when they come here, they really enjoy in a good atmosphere and also enjoy in good food, in a good wine. And when you drink a good wine after good food, everything looks much better. The current population here are Croats. Uh, Now I will show you, if you meant about, if I, and there you can find one, let's say it, sympathetic garden, and that is the garden from the, named by Peter Zoranic, and that is one very important man who lived in 16th century, and he wrote first Croatian novel. So this is the park where you can sit and enjoy watching the mountain of Velebit and enjoying this peace around you. You can sit on the bench, enjoying the fresh air and the lovely view. The legend says that the first novel which he wrote here uh, was the place where he wrote it, that it was right here, and that he get an inspiration for reading of the novel while he was sitting here and watching area around him. I will just try to fix my mobile because I put him a little strange because of the problems with the sound. And now I'm gonna take you to the place where the smallest cathedral in the world is, by the words of Thomas Jackson, sorry. It is a building built in 9th century, and when you watch it, when you look at it, you feel like the architect was drunken when it was making it, when he was creating this building. But he was not drunken. He was very clever man. He created this church, the windows with that shape, because of the uh, of the shadows which were created by sun. So during some period of day, you exactly know when is the noon. So I hope you are enjoying it. We are nearly close to the end of the tour. I will try to show you few more things as much as I can. Uh, And this is a tip supported tour, so if you like the tour you can tip your guide, so we can create you more tours like this, because all the tips we get is all the payment we get is that what we get from you, my dear friends. On this side, you can see the bell tower of the Church of Sant Anselmo and the first Croatian cathedral. Thank you, Barbara, very much. As I said, your tips means, your support means a lot to us, because that helps us to
Hey
create
everyone,
you
hang on.
the
I'm
shows
going to
like
show
this.
this.
Thank you very
The
much,
sun's just
Gail.
come out.
And
Adrian, you're
there,
back. Welcome back.
that
3 for
is
3.
the
You're
church
going to be a
of
rarest
St.
expert
Cross, the smallest cathedral
by
in
the
the
end of
world,
this.
from 9th century. I'm not living in this town. I'm about
10 minutes till we get started.
second, there is a car.
Typical, the sun just goes away.
15 kilometers from here. So I drove 15 kilometers from here to here.
You can watch some
to
rarest
show you
rush
this
hour traffic.
small town. And I'm really
3
happy
cars.
for it. But I live in Zadar County, and this place I really like a lot. If you want to make some lovely postcard,
Just some
I
atmospheric
think this
shots
is a
while we
good
wait. I'll come back on
position
and
for
talk
making
as
a
we get
good
closer.
postcard. So you can see those windows. They are
Those are
also
2 people.
funny,
Can you see them?
very interesting. And all this church was built just from the stone. In that period, all the churches, all the buildings were built like that, on that way. I don't know if you can hear, people are singing. Maybe when we come closer you will hear it. Just let me, I will try to put better position for a photo. You know what? I would like to show you this church from inside, if you agree. And let's see if it's open. I will be glad to go inside. What do you think about it? Thank you very much. Do you want to go inside? But before that, I will show you one of the windows. I hear people singing, and probably, I don't know if you can hear it. I will be quiet for a moment so you can hear it too. You can hear a beautiful sound of Croatian music. This is the area around the church where there was a cemetery once from the Middle Age. Can you hear? Can you hear the? I will be quiet for a moment so you can hear the music. It's in this restaurant. They are celebrating something. Okay, so I'm gonna enter inside. So we are going inside the church from 9th century. It's not in the sacral function anymore. This is so-called the smallest cathedral in the world. The Church of St. Cross in Nin in Croatia. And you can see, as I told you, as I mentioned you about windows, you can see the shadow, you can see the window. In the noon, when the two shadows are crossing right here, it means that it's noon on that day. It's very interesting. So that's, we can say that this architect was very, very clever. And you can see those windows from inside. They really look like This man was drunken when he was creating them. But no, he was not. He was not for sure. The name of church is Church of St. Cross. There are some kids, they like to stay in front of camera, they don't shame. And there is also one more window. This one is bigger one. Maybe you want to make some photo on it. And on the other side, opposite to that window, we can find this window. You can see, you can notice that all the windows are different, with different sizes, and neither one is the same. Yeah, Crkva Sveti Križ. And this sweet kids really likes to watch me with camera and to see what do I do. And now we are leaving the Church of St. Cross, Crkva Sveti Križ, yes, team. Now I'm going out of the church. The stone is a little squeezy. And it has a beautiful backyard, except there was a cemetery in the Middle Age. There were some houses. There are some Illyric houses and Roman houses found here. The remains of the Roman and Illyric houses on this area around the church. You can see the church from this side. I think this would be a really lovely place for photo. Yes, Church of the Holy Cross. Yes. And now, my friends, this will be the end of the tour. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for joining me. Behind me you still can see the Church of the Holy Cross, Crkva Svetog Križa, and I hope you enjoyed this tour. So I must take a few seconds because people are watching me and asking themselves, who is she talking with? People like to know, here's the people, this is a small town and everybody wants to know everything. So that is a good side and bad, that sometimes can be a good side of cities like this, and sometimes it can be bad side. Uh, Thank you, Tarek. Thank you, Sue. Hey, before I end this tour, I have a surprise for you. I want to meet you with one man, which is very popular here. And you can see many tourists, when they come here, they like to make some photos with him. Who is him? Although it's really very close to the end, I have given you I took 7 minutes of your time more.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. I took a few more time. I hope you don't mind to me. But I really want to show you this man. It's not this man who said me bye bye. It's one statue of the man who was very important in Croatian history, and that is Mr. Grgur Ninski, the bishop who was a bishop in the 10th century, and he was very important person for us because he helped us to 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 keep our Croatian language here in our state. So thank you once again for all of you who supported me, who supported this tour, and who watched this tour. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for all your tips. Without your tips, we wouldn't be able to create these tours. And I drove so many kilometers here to show you this because this really makes me uh, good feeling when I know that I can show you something very lovely from my for Croatia country. Now I will switch my camera, say goodbye to you, and and also I will let you see the man who is watching me, and that is Grgur Ninski, and that is also position to create one lovely postcard too. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you for your good comments, and thank you for your questions because your questions are very welcome. And sometimes in my tours, I learn a lot from you people. Yes, I also learn a lot from you. After this tour for approximately about half an hour, I will have the tour of the Church of Santa Nicola. You can find it in the calendar, 6:15, and you can join me if you want, if you have a time. Believe me, you will have a beautiful sight on this one beautiful church and with the beautiful color of sunset. I hope we will have those colors, sunset colors, because it was a sunny day today. Yes. So once again, goodbye to everybody and thanks for watching me. Bye bye.